You can say, you know what, I can't do this right now. I don't want to argue with you. And you leave the chat. You walk away. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, in this video, I'm going to be answering kind of a question I've had over the years about how do you become cordial with your co-wife, although you may not like her. Now, this is something that happens. It's a thing. I went through something similar myself in the earlier years. My situation was different. Although I felt like I didn't have a specific reason for not appreciating my co-wife and her being married to her husband, Coach Nazir, I did have to understand that, just get in touch with the fact that this person exists for a reason. This marriage happened for a reason. And even if it is beyond my understanding now, it doesn't mean I cannot understand it in the future. So as my children, my marriage exists, so does my co-wife's marriage, and her children and my bonus babies exist. So with that, some of the things that I did to really control my response is make sure that it was a response and not a reaction to any hurt that I was feeling. So one major key is to focus on your own behavior, not on the behavior of someone else. Now, we know that sometimes when people are hurt, they start to act a certain way or they start to say things to provoke you. You have the control, or you should have control over yourself enough as an adult, a consenting adult, to say, I know this person's trying to provoke me. I'm not going for it. I don't have to react to that. You make the situation or the feelings that they're having a feeling that they're having and experiencing. You don't have to become whatever it is that they are at the moment. We all don't act right. We all don't always sit in this utopia of happiness. That's not how we're built, but we can control what we say to ourselves about someone else, or our response to what they say about us. You can say, you know what, I can't do this right now. I don't want to argue with you. And you leave the chat. You walk away. You kindly give salams for those of you that are Muslim and tell them, I don't want to argue with you. I don't wish to argue with you. I don't like drama. Sometimes you have to make those things clear because people don't know what you don't like when they don't know you. And if you don't know your co-wife and she doesn't know you well enough to know, it's always best to say and state and believe in and practice where you stand and how you feel. So I've had times where I said, you know what, I'm not in the best headspace right now. Or if I'm not feeling well, I've made sure to tell my co-wife in the past, girl, my head hurt. Girl, these kids have got on my nerves. Whatever. Just those types of things, because sometimes when you don't feel good, people don't know that it's not about them. They'll think maybe this is about me, and it might strike some type of discomfort or maybe even some fear. Maybe not fear from what you may do to them with your hand, but maybe your words or maybe a look might make them feel uncomfortable. And they might not know what to do with that, because some people love confrontation and some people just generally despise it. They don't want it. They don't want to get into it with you. None of that. Another thing is, if you're going to be cordial, don't overshare, because you don't know what someone else's triggers may be. I'm not saying step on eggshells, but I am saying don't overshare. Saying things like, oh yeah, we took a beautiful walk the other day and he just was so nice and it was so wonderful. We watched this TV show together and it felt so good to just lay there in his arms and whoop-de-whoop-la. I mean, I'm sorry, but I've seen and heard of some really horrible things the ridiculousness of it, and that's a word and a TV show, but the ridiculous, that feeling you get that makes us kind of chuckle. We laugh because it is not because it's funny, it's because it's absolutely ridiculous. To sit there and schedule out time to provoke your co-wife and make her feel bad and overshare and put her in a headspace, even though you really don't have the power to do so, can absolutely poke the bear by making statements like, you know, we went on this trip and we did this and we laid in the bed all day together. I mean, how can anybody be necessarily cordial when you just keep feeding the giant with them? And of course, that you know, people can't make you react any kind of way or make you do anything or make you feel, you know, a kind of a way. You have to invite that energy in, but they can absolutely stir your pot up to a certain degree, you know. So avoiding trying to just check on someone else's behavior, not checking your own, it has been just major for me. If I've sat there and said, you need to just chill and be smooth about things and talk it out and be honest and tell your truth so that you can be understood, so that you're not just understanding someone else, so that you can be understood as well. We talk about that a lot in our videos. In OPR, we stand on that. We want to give a full-bodied experience of what each one of us have went through with one another, so that we're always teaching and training and coaching and counseling about best practices for best results. So the major things from being cordial with your co-wife, although you may not like her, is checking your behavior versus someone else's all the time. Being honest, you know, and just stating what you may be going through, that you don't feel good, that it's not about her, you don't wish to argue, you know, maybe you're just having a bad day, things of that nature. And not oversharing. There's a bunch of other things too, but maybe I'll make a part 2 to this video. And if you guys are interested, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'll make a part 2. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Now, if you're not following us on our social media platforms, why not? Make sure you all are following us on IG at Outstanding Relationships and on Facebook and here on YouTube at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And also, one other thing, when we make these video guys, it's okay if you guys want to write some things down and ask some questions. Leave those comments down below as well. Please do that. We're welcome to hear what you got to say and, you know, just come up with some different ideas so that we're serving our community that is in the poly community or the marriage community. And those are, you know, polygyny is just another form of marriage. So remember that, guys, okay? Now, I'm going to leave you with a little GLC. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Once again, I'm Coach Fatimah. See you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.